He would take us to Memphis.
You say your daddy worked on the railroad?
My daddy worked on the railroad and the roundhouse. The roundhouse, that's where the train back up, and he washed them down and cleaned them up, you know, before they get back on the highway. But we had a pass to go on the railroad, on the train. He took us to Memphis every month to see Aunt Glenn. That was my daddy's sister. And she had a daughter named Ray. And we just loved
I remember Cousin Ray.
We enjoyed going to Memphis because he took us down on Beale Street, and that's where all the black people was, down on Beale Street. And that was the best hamburgers and the best hot dog. We just had a good life. He gave us a good life. He did.
A little bit in the second half, and just did a little bit more to come out with the win. That's all that matters. We're a must-win time right now.
But he was a good dad. I can tell everybody he was a good dad. And how he got the other side after he died, and his sister and John's sister said, if I could get you up to Flint, I get my brother up here because they're going to follow you, in which that was right. He came to Flint. Now, Claude came to Flint first, and then John came. Then he sent got Roberta, and Roberta had to come later on with her children. And then, you know how people, when they come up here, they think they're going to another world. But other than that, they had a good life, but they was always to themselves. They always say, your daddy think y'all better than we, but he never thought we was better than anybody, but he just didn't want us to want anything. He said, if you don't have it, don't go borrow it. Save your money, and you can get what you want when you get grown. When you get your money saved. He didn't even want us to go up to my sister Gladys' house to borrow a cup of sugar. He didn't believe in that. He was a straight up man. I give him credit for that. He taught us the right way. And he said, when you go into a grocery store or go be talking to them, he said Peckerwoods. He said, don't stand up there and drop your head down. Look at them crackers. He would always tell us that. He said, cause you just as good as they are. And he meant that. He didn't crack a smile. He always told us to look at them crackers and tell us how we feel. He said, if you stand there and look at them, he said, they're going to look at you little ugly kids. He said, but they're going to drop their head. And that's the truth. Right now, you go talk to a white man and be looking at him and looking at him. He can't stand a nigga look at him. He'll drop his head. Shit. My daddy was on the ball down there. Yeah, she was.
We showed what we can do. Play together, play hard. We got to keep it up. We just play aggressive.
Like I tell everybody, we wasn't no poor niggas in jail.
What's a good advice that Aunt Gladys gave all her little sisters and brothers?
He said, always go to school. Know what you know. Don't let a white person or a black person tell you something different. If you know what you know that. Because a black person going to get their hair did, they going to buy them some shoes, no matter what. And we got some good, she always say, we some good educated black people. She said, but the white person going to try to belittle you, but you always let them know you know what you know. That was Gladys' pet word. She always tell us to go to school, learn something. But we didn't. We always jumped out here and thought we were some, if she say, some little heifers.
What year did you come to Flint?
1955.
Were you married?
Yeah, I was married to that country nigga. I was leaving him and I was coming by myself.
What's his name?
Huh?
What's his name?
What the husband name?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. His name was Chelsea. He got the Flint. He got him a job at Big 12. That's where all the black people from the South and everywhere worked in the foundry. Boy, he worked in that foundry and got that first check. I thought he was having spasms. He was saying, look, I ain't never made this much money. I said, you don't make money chopping cotton. You know that, don't you? But anyway, I didn't have one child that was Carol. And I started having kids back to back.
Who are your kids? Name your kids.
Hmm?
Name your kids, from the oldest to the youngest.
Carolyn Jean was Chester's child, but I claim it as mine. But Carolyn, and then it was Chester, and Chester told, you put this on there. Chester told Lakeisha that he was born in the car. He said that's really why he learned. That's really why he liked to drive cars. I said, Lakeisha, Chester telling a lie. He was not born in no car. I said, you might not remember North Street and Hamilton Street. North Street run into Hamilton. I said, when you get in labor, you don't care who take you to the hospital. So they take you to the hospital in a car. You get out of the car, and they put you on that stretcher and run you right back in there to the labor ward. Okay, that's why he was born. I don't know why he think he was born in a car. I don't know who told him. I can't ask nobody because Claude's dead. But anyway, when Chester got up here, and I don't know if he thought he was in New York, but he thought he was the slickest and the richest nigga in Flint. He got up here and he just had himself a ball. And I just say, well, you can take the nigga out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the nigga. And he come home. One time he went.
Oh, you stopped at your kids with Chester. Who's after Chester?
Oh, it was Chester. Did I say Carolyn, Mabel, Chester, Robert, Glenn. I can't think of Edwin.
Poochie, you forgot Poochie.
And Poochie.
And Gladys.
And Gladys. Did I say Mabel?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the last child I had was Edwin. I went to the hospital and I told that doctor, I'm not having no more kids. He said, why? I said, I don't have no husband. He said, yes, you do. I said, well, he dropped babies just like puppies. He said, what? I said, if I don't get my tubes tied, I will not leave this hospital. He said, when you get through here, you got to leave. I said, the only way I leave, he had to sign them papers for my tubes to get tied, so I won't have no more kids. So somebody said, your wife up there to the hospital and told her she ain't going nowhere until you sign them papers. I don't know how they got that man up there, but he signed it because I was not leaving. I didn't want no more kids. What I'm going to have 8 kids for, and he out there having himself a good time. But other than that, after that was all over, I had a good life. Yeah, honey, that was it.
Yeah, I interrupted you. You were getting ready to tell me about Uncle Chester's escapades when he started making some money here.
Oh, Lord Jesus. You couldn't tell that nigga nothing. He went out and you remember when the Joe Butters, them hairdos was like that? He got one of them and man, I'm telling you the truth, you couldn't tell him nothing. He thought he was a handsome man in Flint. Now that's the truth. And honey, and when we went back down south, them niggas ain't never seen nothing like this. I was like, what? A nappy head nigga? But other than that, he enjoyed his life his way, but he just wasn't no family man.
Oh boy. Your grandbaby wants to know, what advice would you give to someone who has it going to have to go into a segregated school?
I'm gonna tell you, just like my daddy told us, don't let no white man or white boy or girl let you think you lesser than them. You just as good as they are. If they don't want to play with you, you don't have to worry about that. You got plenty of little black sisters and brothers going to the school. Just enjoy yourself. Don't let them make you lower than them. And if you want to fight their ass, fight them.